warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
His Excellency the Dean of Faculty of Language and Arts, Dr. Aceng Rahmat, MPD. Respectful Chair of English Department, Mr. Ivan Iskandar M.Hum. Honorable all lecturers of English Department. Honorable all participants of this seminar. Firstly, let's thank to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala who has given us some mercies and blessings so that we can attend the seminar without any troubles and obstacles. Secondly, salawat and salam may always be given to our Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has guided us from the darkness to the lightness, from stupidity to the cleverness, namely Islamic religion. I'm Istiana Fadila, your master of ceremony this morning. Welcome to this Thursday routine lecture seminar. We would like to thank everyone here for taking time to attend our remarkable seminar. To start our opening ceremony this morning, allow me to read today's agendas. First, opening by reciting Al-Fatihah. Second, remarks or speeches, and the last is closing by praying. Those are today's agendas which will be presented soon. Dear audience, let's open this agenda by reciting Al-Fatihah together. Al-Fatihah. Thank you very much. Dear audiences, ladies and gentlemen, as we have finished our opening to lead the next session, I would like to invite Ms. Mutiara Spikinasi to moderate the seminar today. I'm Istiana Fadila, would like to say thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to you all. His Excellency the Dean of the Faculty of Languages and Arts, Dr. Aceng Rahmat MPD, respectable the Chair of English Department, Mr. Ivan Iskandar M.Hum, the Honorable all lecturers of English Department, and all participants of this seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mutiara Spikinasi, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you all here and welcome all of you in this Tuesday routine lecture seminar. This seminar is conducted by English Department and supported by IASTS, or International Association of Students in Psychology and Social Sciences. This seminar will discuss the physical and psychological development of the adolescent. Ladies and gentlemen, the speaker today is Dr. Randy Teguh, MPSI. He is one of lecturers in psychology UNJ. He has received his bachelor degree in English educational program at State University of Jakarta and taken his master degree at Pajajaran University in psychology. He also has got the scholarship to take his PhD at Monash University, Australia. Before the presentation begins, let's know the regulation how the seminar will be going on. Firstly, I'd like to give the time to Mr. Randy to present the material for about 5 minutes, and then we will go on to the next session. It is the question and answer session. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, His Excellency Dr. Randy Teguh, MPSI.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Allah for letting me stand here today, and thanks to Ms. Mutia and Ms. Iktian to introduce me today. It is my great pleasure and also my honor to be able to welcome all students and lecturer and this distinguished guests to this lecture seminar. So thank you all for attending this seminar, and thanks to seminar holders, and I hope that this seminar will achieve a great deal of success. And first of all, I sincerely hope that you students will not fall asleep during this lecture. Today, this seminar will discuss the development of physical and psychological of adolescents. Usually, we tend to be confused by the terms of adolescence and puberty. However, puberty refers to the psychological change in involve the sexual maturation of a child, as well as of other body change that may occur during this period of time. Adolescence refers to the stage from puberty to adulthood and includes the psychological change and experience of the child during this period. Adolescence is described as being as early as teenage years from 13 to 18 years. However, puberty decides the beginning of adolescence. So adolescence occur at the same time as children as early as 9 years of age. During this period of time, child has a great deal of concern over his or her own body, and any differences or deform in child's eye will result in variety of disorder. Okay, enough for introduction, and I will now present about the anatomical or physical development of adolescents. Adolescents growth first centers of extremities and legs at the same time during the early stage of adolescence. Changes also occur in the facial configuration of both sexes. The lower portion of the head begins to grow because the chin lengthens and the nose grows thicker and wider. Additional changes in proportion of the face are credited to change in the tissue distribution. Even though the sex undergo these changes, within females, a layer of subcutaneous fat develops, which causes the rounding and softening of contours in face and body, whereas the male subcutaneous fat is development is not clearly as possible as the females do. But the development of muscles and bones is clearly visible. This male leaner and more boxy face than female. Both male and female skins also undergo other changes, such as become coarser with the sebaceous gland become more active, producing oil secretion, which usually cause acne or blackheads. Sweat usually causes an odor in adolescence because the chemistry and composition of the sweat is altered by oils that sebaceous gland produce. Adolescents also emit an increase in their blood pressure and have decrease in both basal metabolic rate at rate which the body in resting state or basal state consume an oxygen and pulse rate. Okay, I think it's enough for physical development. I now will discuss the psychological development of adolescent. Adolescent maturation is personal phase of development where children have established their own beliefs, values, and what they want to accomplish in their lives. Because adolescents constantly realistically appreciate themselves, they are often characterized by being extremely self-conscious. However, the self-evaluation process leads to the beginning of long-range goal setting, emotional and social independence, and the making of mature adults. Three different stages can be identified in the psychological development of the adolescent, even though great deal of overlap in the stage, and they may not occur during the stage of expand in decay. During early adolescence, it's age from 11 till 13, development usually centers around developing a new self-image due to their psychological change. Adolescent needs to make use of their newly acquired life skills of logical thinking and ability to make judgment rationally. The adolescence becomes looking for excitements and experiments with different ideas. This plays an important role in finding one's relation to oneself, groups, and opposite sex. During this time, the adolescent battle over his own set of values versus the values that set by their own parents and other adult figures. And the adolescent also began to take on more control of educational and vocational pursuits of advantages. It is during this time that adolescents self-dependence and sense of responsibility become noticeable, along with their pursuit of pursuit and contribute to in the social and society. During the late adolescence, range from 16 on, adolescents have more stable and sense of their identity and space in society. At this range, they should feel psychologically integrated and should feel fairly consistent of the outside world. Adolescents also, by this time, have established balance between their aspiration, fantasies, and reality. In order for them to achieve this balance, they should have to display concern of other of living and caring instead of the earlier childhood that they self-dependent. Okay, I think that's enough. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Emitetu, for giving such informative and interesting presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to question and answer session. I'd like to have 3 questions from the participants. And before you deliver the question, I want you to mention your name, please. Okay.
My name is Uki. What are the development tasks or life skills of adolescents?
Okay. And then,
My name is Sima. I want to ask what are factors that influence the male and female secondary physical development? Thank you.
any other questions? Okay, yeah. Is come from Ms. Uchi asking about what are the development tasks of
I would like to direct answer the question. According to Carl C. Harrison in All Big War, there are 6 group of development tasks of adolescents. The first being is accepting physical state. The second is establish a new and more intimate relationship between opposite sex. The third is accept one's gender. And the fourth, acquiring emotional freedom from their parents and other figures. 5, should be able to be independent and be able to manage their own economical activity. And finally, the final one is acquire values and philosophy of life. For the second question, what is okay. each gender has its own dominant hormone. For male, it's testosterone, and for female, it's estrogen. The characteristic is presented by, for example, in the males, usually they grow hair between their armpit or legs, and for females, their stomachs become more softer and softer, and the weight also increase year by year. This hormone determines the physical and growth and sex characteristic of each character. Okay, thank you.
And now we finally come to the end part of this seminar. Thank you very much, Dr. Edi Teguh and KSI, for giving such informative and interesting presentation. I'd like to thank so much to you all for the very active participation. Hopefully the seminar will be beneficial for everybody. And please give applause for the speaker and for you all.